and it's a great thing for us here at Lone Tree Golf Course, as well as in Antioch and the community. Little historical perspective from my position as golf course manager. Almost 8 years ago, the Antioch Golf Corporation, which is made up of Lone Tree Golf and Event Center Board of Directors and the staff, started evaluating solar and what it would mean to our business. With 2 pump stations on the golf course and a busy 8,000 square foot clubhouse, restaurant, and event center, we knew that solar would be a difference maker for us and save us some money that we couldn't otherwise do, and it was a great opportunity. So about 8 years ago, as a business, Lone Tree started pursuing proposals on our own, and we kind of went through a process, and we realized, hey, we're owned by the City of Antioch. We've got to get support and their sign in, and those community leaders came on board and helped support our vision. And we were fortunate to get into that process in the city's evaluation of solar for all their properties, and I know Julie was a big part of that process, so thanks to Julie too. And that led us to, with Scott Bunting and Tracy Shearer from the city, that led us to ARC Consultants and Russell Driver, Nico Kalinak, and Kim Courtney. And that process was underway and confirmed that we were a great site for having solar and saving money for our business and the community and the city. Forefront Power was selected, and the big thing about, in particular for us, and we knew at that time, is that they brought the power purchase agreement framework to the development, and it wouldn't have happened for us without that. And I just want to say a huge thank you for that, very much so. Scott and Tracy led the way, along with Brian Taylor and Zena Ash from Forefront Power. That's Scott Bunting and Tracy Shearer from the city. And Zena was solid, efficient, and expeditious. Good job, Zena. Sunworks came on board as a subcontractor. Robert Orozco, Miguel Seguara, and David Valencia, they were all equally efficient. The overall team worked well with the city and the golf course, and we had some challenges. We're a busy golf course, so we always had to keep parking in mind, and that was just constant communication on that, and I think we did really well with that. We were worried about the aesthetics of solar panels because we'd seen panels at different businesses and properties, and I think we've got the prettiest panels in the East Bay, and they've only added to our business. They haven't done anything to detract or we had concerns. We do a lot of weddings and quinceañeras, and the panels have become in favor by our customers and guests. They choose to park under them for the shade in the daytime, and at nighttime they provide extra lighting and safety for the guests. So it's been a great add. The panels also, if you notice, this edge of panels right here covers our hitting stalls on the driving range, and the team worked hard to get that placement just right, and we did a very good job with that. And in the summertime, our golfing guests can use the range and have shade on the range, and we've seen a increase in our range business just because of the positioning of the solar panels. And wintertime will provide some protection from the rains and winter weather, so some pluses there that we weren't necessarily planning on from the business side. Would like to thank my staff for helping support this project and the coordination, and they were a big part of the success of bringing things together. And also like to thank Madeline Milani and Sarah and Juliana for their marketing and promotion for today, and helping get recognition for what we've done here. Before I turn it over to other speakers, I just kind of, some of us are going to stay here in the community, but for those businesses that, are going to go on to other projects and back to your place of work in other cities and that, I want you to recognize that it's not just the fiscal benefit to the business that these solar panels provide. They've made us solvent and competitive and viable as a business, because the golf business is extremely competitive and difficult, particularly in California. And not only is it benefiting the business, but realize your efforts help provide employment for 85 individuals and their families in this community. You've strengthened our ability to support the activity that occurs here. And this golf course has been here since 1934. It has a rich history throughout the state of California. And we have multiple tournaments a year where golfers come from all over the state, or even Nevada, and that to compete in the tournaments at this little public golf course, Lone Tree Golf Course. And there's the top amateurs and even professionals. We have individuals right now from our First Tee Junior program out trying to make the ladies tour and make the men's tour, PGA tours at this time, that come from this golf course. So a rich golf history here that this is going to help continue to support going forward. But even more, we have fundraising, banquets, dances, graduations, celebrations, 90th birthdays, first birthdays, christenings, weddings, anniversaries, quinceañeras, brunches, music by the green, mayor's conferences with music by the green. That's a little inside joke there. And I got to do a little plug. We've got our holiday extravaganza coming up on December 14th, so you can stop by my catering office and get signed up for that. It's a great night. But anyway, we're busy event center. Antioch is full of town of dedicated citizens and leaders, and these activities mean so much to so many here in this community. It is these activities that help make this community and Lone Tree Golf and Event Center rich, special, unique, and help this town be truly connected and vibrant. So thank you to all for this support of solar power at Lone Tree Golf and Event Center and the difference it makes for our business, its people, and our community. Thank you.
Congratulations to the golf course. This is a great day. So many things that we do as council members and mayor. We get invited to come to ribbon cuttings that started 10, 20, 30 years ago. Last year I had the opportunity to go to eBart and celebrate as the mayor for all the work I did to make eBart happen. But I didn't do anything to make eBart happen, right? I just happened to be the mayor at the time. But this is one that I was actually involved in. This is one where after I was elected, I came and I sat down with Ron and I said, Ron, what are you guys doing about solar? And he says, we've been looking into it, Sean, but we need the city's help. And so then we went through some change, and I want to thank Ron Bernal and for his dedication and work with Ron to really get the city involved, to say how do we do this and how do we make it come to fruition. And because of that partnership with the city and Lone Tree Golf Course, we are here today and it's done. And so the benefit to the city, the benefit to the golf course, we have a phenomenal golf course with phenomenal catering, phenomenal food. This is really a prized jewel of Antioch for us to be able to come up to Lone Tree Golf Course and to be able to experience dinners and have functions and be able to share. This is really the place. If you talk about the place in Antioch where people come together as community, this is it. This is where we come together. Our Rotary clubs, our Kiwanis club, this is where we come. And so thank you so much for that. And as we've done that over the last 3 years, we've worked out the solar panel. We've worked out a new memorandum of understanding. We've come and we've repaved the roads leading up to here. The city, hopefully you feel that we are a partner really working together to try to create what is. And this is a tough time for golf courses. Right over that 3-year period of time, over the last 5 to 10 years, we've seen Rowdy Ranch go out. We've seen Pittsburgh Golf Course go out. We've seen Deer Ridge go out. We've seen Shadow Lakes go out. And yet, what is the constant? Lone Tree Golf Course. And so, Ron, I congratulate you on that. You're doing some wonderful things. We brought in new greens management, which is making our greens phenomenal. We've invested in new greens. There's a lot of things that are happening. We have a great general manager and a great board. I want to thank Sal and Martin and the rest of the board. We have business members in our community who donate their time. And they come in and they share their expertise. They share their dedication. When times are tough, they're here eating, so they're spending money to buy food to make sure that this place succeeds. So thank you for that. And I look forward to years to come of working with you, Rhonda, to make this the best place in East Contra Costa. Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here today. So a little bit about Forefront Power. We are the organization that the city partnered with to build these solar panels. We've done over 200 megawatts with the California public sector, so we're very experienced in this space. And I really want to applaud kind of the vision of sustainability for the city and for the golf course. Hopefully, this is the first project of many. But a little bit about the configuration that the city went with here. This is a power purchase agreement, so no bond fund dollars, no capital outlay on the part of the city. Forefront Power financed the system. We monetize those valuable tax credits on your behalf to give you a better rate for the solar energy produced by these panels. Also, under the power purchase agreement, we are responsible for operations and maintenance. So if there's an errant golf ball out there that breaks one of these panels, that's our responsibility to fix, so the city doesn't have to worry about it. And then I think the last and most innovative thing about these projects is that the rate of the solar energy that the city is buying from the panels is not only below what you're paying PG&E now, but it's going down every year. So over time, the golf course can count on a reduced energy bill every year, which is something that's really innovative and cool. A little bit more about the panels themselves. This is a 380 kilowatt system. It's going to offset not just the 1 meter at this building here, but multiple meters throughout the golf course. So we're really getting economies of scale and packaging that all together. And we should have about a 90% offset of the energy consumed here on site. And we expect to save, under some conservative assumptions, about $1.2 million over the course of 20 years. So that's money that you can reinvest in the city.
I was going to tell a couple stories. When we dedicated the coal mill at USS Pasco, we had the former president, Jerry Ford, throw a big switch connected to nothing. And I was up in a pulpit and I was supposed to tell my guys, hit the button when he throws the switch. But then all the photographers got in front of me and I was jumping up and down to try to see when he threw the switch. And I finally said, hit the button. So anyway, we hit the button here. It's running. Thank you. You know, I mentioned Scott and Tracy and Zena, tremendous working with them. Ron mentioned my background, it's electrical engineering, so I got involved in this. I love this stuff. So these are fantastic projects. The city has been there with us all the time. We don't do this stuff without the city. Yes, we are a separate board that of businessmen have a lot of background. We grabbed onto a former member of our board, which was Dan Garcia, who runs ICR Electric. And he was able to help us and give us some advice and do different things. And like Ron said, we moved this, we said, please move it forward so we have some shade in the summertime for our people hitting the golf balls. So we also found out because of that, that at night, on a Saturday night, when people aren't doing something, we could have what's called a range night, because we added a whole bunch of lights here. We talked to Zena, we said we wanted extra lighting in this area, and we got it. And so we had a range night, a couple of them, where we set up the bar here, and we have chairs and everything set up out there, and we have food brought out here, and then this becomes a profit center at that time. So besides just range balls. So a lot of innovation goes into projects like this, a lot of people doing good work. Again, Lone Tree Board really wants to thank all the people involved in this, especially the City of Antioch. Thank you.
So there isn't really much more to say than everybody's already said today, but I just think this project's been a great example of collaboration between the golf course and the city. Forefront Power has been really good to work with. Just the example that folks have mentioned of just moving. It's not easy just to say, hey, move these things forward 20 feet from their existing location where they were designed. The Forefront worked with us, and so that was just a nice addition and a nice amenity to the golf course. And so I just want to thank everybody for the collaboration that they have. We've all been able to do together on this, and that's really the motto and kind of what our city's trying to do is take the bureaucracy out of things, hopefully, and then be able to work together with the golf course board, with the contractor, with the community, with our city council, and make projects successful like this. So I just want to thank everybody who's been a part of this project. As you can see, this is a super beautiful facility out here, one of the most beautiful places in the whole Bay Area, I think. And so this is just an amenity that's going to help it to be sustainable. It helps it to be green. I know that's important to Julie here because she is responsible and takes a very passionate approach to our climate action plan and reducing our carbon footprint, which is part of what this is doing. our city council has made one of their aspirational priorities solar and becoming a greener community. So this is the first step in us doing that. So we're just really excited about this and just thank everybody for all of your hard work together, and we can really enjoy the celebration and do it together and know that it's a benefit not just to the environment but to our community. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and let's cut that ribbon.
All right, Ron. You guys ready? Yeah. 1, 2.